Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. And we got game 2 of the 1978 Braves season between the Phillies. And let's take a look here at the starting lineups. So we got leading off for the Braves, playing second base is Jerry Royster, batting second, playing center field is Bunnell, batting third, playing left field is Burris, batting fourth, playing right field is Matthews, batting fifth, playing first base is Murphy, batting sixth, doing the catching is Pocaroba, batting seventh, playing third base is Gilbreth, batting eighth, playing shortstop is Rocket, batting ninth, doing the pitching is RUTHVEN. And the hometown Philadelphia Phillies. And you got leading off playing right field McBride, batting second, playing shortstop is Boa, batting third, playing third base is Smith, batting fourth, playing left field is Lazinski, batting fifth, playing first base is Hebner, batting sixth, playing center field is Maddox, batting seventh, doing the catching is Boone, batting eighth, playing second base is Morris, and batting ninth and on the mound is Jim KAAT. Let's get down here to Philadelphia and get this game started. And Jerry Royster's batting .287 on the year, off to a great start for the Braves with no homers and 15 RBIs. And Jim, this is his eighth appearance, his seventh start. He's 3-2 with a 2.91 ERA. And here's the pitch to Jerry Royster. That's going to be a fly ball out the Minister of Defense, Gary Maddox, for out number one. And Barry Bunnell comes to the plate now. And Barry's batting .239 with no homers and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play. 40 and a 14. 40 and a 14. 14. And that's going to be a strike. As Barry looks at that one, the ump says that was across the plate, so he falls behind 0-1. And here's the pitch. 0-1 pitch, and that's a swing and a miss. And he strikes him out. So now there's 2 down, nobody on for Jeff Burris. And Jeff Burris batting .306 with 9 homers and 36 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on the balls. And the Braves get the first base runner here with 2 outs, and that brings up the Sarge, Gary Matthews. He's still struggling a bit, batting .223 with 2 homers and 10 RBIs. Can he deliver here? And nope, that's going to be popped up. Back behind the plate, Bob Boone takes the mask off, makes the catch, and the Braves strand one. Into the bottom of the first we go. Braves nothing. Phillies coming to the plate with McBride, Boa, and Smith. And McBride's batting .273. He's got 3 homers and 18 RBIs on the year. Dick RUTHVEN, this will be his 13th and last start. There's a rumor he's going to get traded to these Phillies for Gene Garber. He is 5-4 with a 2.11 ERA for the Braves. And here's the pitch to McBride. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out for out number 1. And Larry Boa comes to the plate, batting .278 on the year with a homer and 23 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Jerry at second. He fires over to first. And there's now 2 outs. That brings up Michael Jack Smith. He's batting 229. Not off to a very good start here in 78 with 7 homers and 31 RBIs. And that's going to be, as soon as I said that, that's going to be a base hit. So Michael Jack Smith gets aboard here with a base hit with 2 outs. That brings up the bull, Greg Lazinski. He's batting 197, really struggling so far with 7 homers and 24 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Jerry. He's up with it. He fires over to first, and that'll do it. The 2-out single gets stranded. We get to the top of the second. It's still nothing. You got Murphy due up, followed by Pocoroba and Gilbreth. As you see, the Braves are 19 and 34. They've scored 197 runs on 36 homers. They've stolen 20 bases and have been caught 9 times. The Phillies are 29 and 21. They've scored 223 runs on 36 homers, stolen 40 bases, and been caught 24 times. Murph's up, batting 212 on the year. He does have 11 homers and 21 RBIs. And here's the pitch to Murph. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 5, and that's going to be a base hit in the left field. So Murph aboard here with a leadoff single. And Biff Pocoroba comes to the plate. Pocoroba has a nice start to the year, batting 275. He's got 5 homers and 15 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this. Can he drive in the first run of the ball game here, folks? And that's going to be that ball is high, that ball is far, and that ball is out of here. Kiss it goodbye. Biff Pocoroba has just put the Braves on the board, and it's 2-0. That's Pocoroba's 6th homer of the year on 16th and 17th RBI. This game 2-0. And Gilbreth comes to the plate now, batting 225 with no homers and 14 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a base hit in the center field. And the Braves all of a sudden here in the second inning can't do no wrong. Jim struggling here. After a 1-2-3 first. Well, no, he did have the walk in the first. Now you got the Rocket up, and the Rocket's batting 154 with no homers and 10 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to McBride, and that'll be out number 1. And that brings up Dick RUTHVEN. Dick's going to try to bunt Gilbreth down the second here. And Dick's batting 259 for the Braves with no homers and 2 RBIs. That's going to be he misses both attempts to bunt. So it's an 0-2 pitch coming to him. He's still got the bunt sign down. And that's going to be fouled off. And he strikes out, and Dick's unable to get the bunt down. Now there's 2 outs, a runner still at first. Jerry Royster up. He flew out to center his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to his counterpart, Jim Morris. He closes the door on this inning, fires over the first. But the 2-run homer by Pocoroba makes it 2-0 Atlanta as we go to the bottom of the second. You got Hebner, Maddox, and Boone due up. And Richie batting 320. Having a great 1978 year so far with 3 homers and 20 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gilbreth. He fires over to first, and there's 1 out. And Gary Maddox comes to the plate now, batting 263 with 7 homers, 33 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, whereas the Minister of Defense going to deposit this one. And that ball is driven into the gap. And that's going to be a 1-out double. And that'll bring the tying run up to the plate with Mr. Boone. And Bob is batting 223 on the year. 233 rather, with 3 homers and 20 RBIs. A runner in scoring position, 1 out for Boone. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. And the Minister of Defense has got damn good speed. That'll 21 and a 1. That'll barely be fielding column 2. And we'll have to re-roll a dice here. 4. And that'll be a 37. Matthews does not have a great arm out there. And a 32, which would make it a 62. 62 or lower, he's safe at third. And he's in there, so gets the runner over to third. Now with 2 outs. And Jim Morrison is up. And Jim with a runner 90 feet away. He's batting 184 on the year. He's got no homers and 8 RBIs. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Dick strikes him out. And that ends the inning. And the Phillies strand a runner down at third. We get to the top of the third. It's still 2-0 Braves. Barry Bonnell's up, followed by Burris and Matthews. The Killer Bees is up here. And Bonnell, he struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second, I believe. Nope, down the short. And that'll be out number 1. And Jeff Burris comes up. And he walked his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a base hit. Nice job by Jeff Burris getting aboard again here for the second time today. And that brings up Gary Matthews with 1 out and a runner down at first. Matthews popped up his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a base hit. Back-to-back hits. And the Braves making some noise again here in the third. So Gary Matthews is aboard, and that brings up Dale Murphy with first and second and only 1 out. And Murphy, he singled and came around the score on the Pocoroba homer. Can Murph keep it up here? Keep this merry-go-round going. That's going to be hit down the short, and that's going to end the inning. Taylor-made double play, folks. 6-4-3. And Jim gets out of that mess with nobody scoring. To the bottom of the third we go. Speaking of Jim, he's going to lead it off here for the Phillies. Jim's batting .077 with no homers, 1 RBI. He'll be followed by McBride and Boa. And Aaron Reed joins us here. Check out his great channel. Here's the pitch to Jim. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Matthews and right. There's 1 down here in the third. Back to the top of the order in McBride. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. You see the Braves are batting .246 on the year with a .314 on-base percentage. And they're slugging .367 with an OPS of .680. The Phillies are batting .242 with an on-base percentage of .323, slugging .370 with an OPS of .692. I'm not sure, Aaron. Yeah, I'm not sure when the Reds and the Braves hook up again here. Yep. And here's the pitch to McBride. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Jerry Royster. He fields it cleanly over to Murph. And there's 2 down. Larry Boa comes to the plate 0 for 1 today. And he gets a hold of this one. Where's Larry going to deposit this one out here in Philly? And that ball is blasted into left center field. Nobody's going to get to that. And Boa puts on the Jets as it was rolling around out there. And he's got himself a 2-out triple. So again, the Phillies got a runner down at third with 2 outs. And Mike Smith's up. Smith singled his first time up. Can he do it again and drive in a run? No, not this time. That ball's hit down to Royster. And he takes it, fires it over to first. And again, the Phillies strand a runner at third. And we're We're still 2-0 Braves going into the fourth inning here, with the man that hit the 2-run homer, Pocoroba, followed by Gilbert and the Rocket. Biff, like I say, 1-for-1 with that 2-run shot. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Larry. He's up with it, fires over to Hebner, and there's one down. And Ron Gilbert comes up, and he singled his first time up. He's 1-for-1. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. So Gilbert 2-for-2 today. And the Rocket's going to come to the plate. And can the Rocket get something going here? And they're going to do a little hit and run here and try to get the Rocket's bat moving. So here's the pitch for the Rocket on a hit and run. And it works to perfection, folks. Awesome job. That ball is hit into left field. And that'll get the runner over to third. Perfect hit and run. Now you got first and third, one out. And the Phillies are going to bring the infield in, and we're going to let Dick swing away. Like I say, he's batting .250 on the year. Not going to lay down their stinking butter. Do they want to do a squeeze play here? That is the question. He fouled it off the last time. They're just going to let him hit it away. And that ball, oh, it might pay off here. Let's see. Against the lefty at 12. And it pays off. That's a single in the left field. The Rocket's going to stop at second. So a single in the left field. Dick helps his own calls out. Pitching a shutout, and now he delivers with an RBI single because we don't need no stinking DH. And those Phillies are definitely on the phone now with the Braves trying to get Dick over. Like I say, the rumor has it this is his last game with the Braves, and he's going to be traded, and they're willing to give up Gene Garber to get him. Jerry Royster comes to the plate now. He's 0-for-2. Runners in first and second. The Braves up 3-0 with one out here in the fourth. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Jim Morrison, can he close the door here in the fourth? A 45 and a fielding column of 6. Yep, a fielding column of 6. Probably going to be fielding column 3. And it is. And that's going to be a line drive right out, Jim. He makes the catch, but the runners get back. Now there's 2 outs. And first and second. And Barry's up. He's 0-for-2 today. Can he deliver a 2-out single to score the Rocket? And that's going to be a fly ball out to McBride. But the Braves score 1 on the Dick RUTHVEN RBI single and make this a 3-0 ball game as we go to the bottom of the fourth. You got the big boys due up here for the Phillies. Lazinski, Hebner, and Maddox. And the Bulls 0-for-1. He grounded out his first time up. And he not this time. That ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Greg Lazinski with his 8th homer of the year makes it a 3-1 ball game. That brings up Richie Hebner now. He's 0-for-1, grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be another ground ball. This one down the second. And there's one down. So Dick settles down after the homer and gets an out. And Gary Maddox comes up. He doubled his first time up. He's 1-for-1. And that's going to be a fly ball out to relatively deep center field. But Barry Bonnell's back there makes the catch. And there's 2 down. And Bob Boone comes up. He's 0-for-1 today. And that's going to be a base on balls. And I think that's the first walk of the game by Dick. And it is. So now you got a 2-out walk. Jim Morrison up. He's 0-for-1. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Gilbert fires across the diamond. But the solo homer by Lazinski makes this a 2-run lead again. It's 3-1 Braves as we go to the top of the 5th. Burris is due up, followed by Matthews and Murphy. And Burris is 1-for-1. He has walked and singled his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Jim strikes him out. I think that's Jim's third strikeout of the game, and it is. That brings up the Sarge, Gary Matthews. He's 1-for-2. He singled his last time up. And that's going to be a base on ball. So Braves get a 1-out walk here. And Dale Murphy comes up now with a runner on first, 1 out. Murph singled and grounded into a 6-4-3 double play his last time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. And a 5. And that's going to be a hit to Murph with his second hit of the game. So now you got first and second, 1 out. And here's the man that hit the 2-run homer back in the second. Biff Pocoroba, 1-for-2 today. Can he do it again here and hit a 3-run shot? Nope. That's a tailor-made double play ball down the short. Let's see here. A 55 and a 10 should still be column number 1, and it is. And that's going to be the old 6-4-3 double play. And the doctor ordered up another double play for Jim. Bails him out. And the Braves lead 1 on. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 3-1. Speaking of Jim, he's going to lead it off again here for the Phillies, followed by McBride and Boa. And Jim 0-for-1 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Matthews again. 2 fly balls to Matthews, and 2 times Jim's been out. McBride comes up, 1 out, nobody on. He's 0-for-2 today. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Dick. He picks it up, fires over to Murphy. And there is 1 out, 2 outs rather. And Larry Boa comes up. And Larry, he is 1-for-2, hit a triple his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Jeff Burris. This time he's in the gap, makes the catch. And the Phillies go down 1-2-3 to the top of the 6th we go. Got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Braves. Gilbreth, Rocket, and RUTHVEN. And Ron having a hell of a game. He's 2-for-2. Came around the score on the single his last time up. And that's going to be another base hit. Ron 3-for-3 today. 3 singles. And now the Rockets up, and they're going to do another hit and run. It paid off the last time. Perfectly made. And Pat is 1-for-2 with that hit and run single. And this time it might keep him from hitting into a double play, though. So that's going to be the old, ground ball down the short with the hit and run. That keeps him out of the double play. Larry's only plays over to first. And here comes Dick up again with a runner down in scoring position. He singled and drove in a run his last time up. He's 1-for-2. He's got that batting average up to 276. And he's got 3 RBIs on the year. And he's done it again, folks. Dick RUTHVEN. Pretty sure, let's see, at 12. Yep, that's going to be a single in the right field. And McBride doesn't have a very good arm. Can he drive in another run here, folks? And that's going to be a 6. That'll be a 46. Like I say, McBride doesn't have a great arm. And Gilbert's got damn good speed. 34. So a 64 or lower. He's going to be safe at the plate. And he's in there. An RBI single by Dick. He's doing it at the plate and on the mound. And it is now 4-1 Braves. Nice job by Dick. The Braves might reconsider trading him. I'll tell you, he is putting on a show for these Phillies. Yeah. Jerry Royster's up now. He's 0-for-3. He flew out and grounded out and hit the ball hard his last time, but right at Jim Morrison. And that's going to be a pop-up down the third. Mike Smith says he's got it and does. And that'll be 2 outs. And now Barry's up. Can Barry do a 2-out damage here? He's 0-for-3. He is struck out, popped up, and flown out. Yeah, he goes to the Phillies. This is his last game with the Braves. I'm only carrying on that he's not going. Yeah, this is his last game with the Braves, and he gets traded to the Phillies for Gene Garber later here in the month. Yep, and that's going to be against the lefty, a 6 and 11. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And let's see if Dick can make it down the third. 50. 36. So Dick will make it down the third with no throw. So now you got first and third, 2 outs for Jeff Burris. Burris add to this 4-1 lead here. This Jim's getting beat up a bit here, and this will probably be his last inning. Like to see him get through it. Jeff's 1 for 2. He has walked, singled, and he struck out though his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to the Minister of Defense. Maddox makes the catch, but the Braves score 1 on the Dick Ruthven RBI single and lead this game 4-1. We go to the bottom of the 6th. You got the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up: Smith, Lazinski, and Hebner. Mike's 1 for 2, singled in this game. And that's going to be a base on balls, and you want to start doing that with a 3-run lead with this lineup. And Lazinski, he is 1 for 2 today. He hit a home run his last time up. Here's the pitch to LeBeau, and that's going to be a 2 balls and no strikes, and all of a sudden Dick's falling behind on these batters. And that's going to be against the righty at 12. And that is going to be a fly ball out to Matthews. Nice play out there by Gary. Goes into the corner, makes the catch, takes a hit away from Lazinski. And brings up Richie Hebner now. And Hebner, he is 0 for 2. He is grounded out twice, once the third, once the second. The Braves would love to see a ground ball here and maybe turn 2. And that's not going to happen. 13. That's going to be a single. And Hebner gets a board here with a base hit. So now you got first and second, and Maddox up. Tying run comes to the plate now. And Gary is 1 for 2. He hit a double back in the second. And just what the doctor might have ordered here. That ball's hit down the short. 56 and a 7. They'll get the runner out at second, but Maddox beats the throw over to first. As 007 joins us here. So now you got runners at first and third, 2 outs. And Bob Boone at the plate. He's 0 for 1. He did walk his last time up. And that ball is well hit. So Boone, where's this one going to go, folks? And that ball is driven into right field. And Maddox probably is going to get down the third, and he's going to cut the lead in half. It's going to be a 4-2 ball game here. Let's see here. Well, for 40, he's not a pull right. So that ball is hit in the left field with Burris out there. His arm's a little better, but not much. So a 40 and a 28 and a 31. So a 61 or lower. Maddox is safe at third, and they throw him out. Jeff Burris, nice job, throws Maddox out, trying to get the third. The run will score, but that'll end the inning, folks. And it's 4-2. Phillies squander a great opportunity here, but nice job by Jeff Burris. The throw to runner out at third. It is 4-2. So we go to the top of the 7th with the Braves with the lead. You got. Is this going to be the last inning here for Jim? I think they're going to take Jim out. Might. Well, he's due up second. Let's see if they can make it through this inning here. See if he can make it through the inning. I'd like to take him out, but being up second. They're going to let him stay in this inning. They got the bullpen up and ready, though. Bullpen is up and ready. They got Mr. Garber. Gene Garber's up in the bullpen. So let's see if Jim can make it through this inning. Matthews 1 for 2. He did single and walked his last 2 times up. Matthews will be followed by Murphy and Pocoroba. And that's a fly ball out to Maddox in center field. And that'll be out number 1. And the Murph's up now. And the Murph's 2 for 3. He has singled twice and grounded into a double play his other time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a base hit in the center field. Murph having a nice game here. He is 3 for 4. He's down at first now. And Pocoroba's up. He's 1 for 3 with a homer. Yeah, standing at attention for the Sarge, I hear you. And Murph's on at first. Pocoroba 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer. He grounded into a double play his last time up. And that's going to be a pop-up down the third. No, down the short. Boa's got it. And that'll be out number 2. So it's going to be up to Ron Gilbreth. He was having a hell of a game. He is 3 for 3. He's came around the score twice. Murph down at first, 2 outs in the 7th inning with a 4-2 lead and a strike Ron out. So Jim makes it through the 7th. And we go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 4-2 Atlanta. Jim Morrison will be up. We'll have a pitch hitter. And then McBride due up. And Jim's going to try to light your fire here in the bottom of the 7th. He's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Dick strikes him out for out number 1. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here for the Phillies. Like I say, Gene Garber is going to come in the game here and pitch. They want to show the Braves what they're going to get here in this trade. Let's see who's going to come off the bench there to hit against Dick. Got any lefties on the bench? Jay Johnstone's on the bench. That's probably who's going to come out here. They got 2 catchers. You could use McCarver. They might use McCarver. Yeah, they might use McCarver here. I think that's who they're going to use because they got Foote as a backup catcher. So McCarver's coming off the bench. We're changing our mind here. So Tim McCarver is going to come off the bench and pitch hit. And McCarver's batting .204 in the year. No homers and 3 RBI. Oh, Aaron says McCarver's a great ball player, shitty announcer. I like it. So 1 out, nobody on for McCarver. Here's the pitch to Tim. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Let's see where this lands out. And that ball is driven into the outfield. Nice play out there by Matthews. Gets over there quickly. And with McCarver's speed, he's going to make a big turn at first, but he's going to hold with a 1-out single. And now we're back to the top of the order and McBride. And the tying runs at the plate now in McBride. He is 0 for 3 today. He has struck out and grounded out twice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And 43 and a 7. And the only play Rockets got is over to first. The runner will get down in scoring position now with 2 outs. And Larry Boa's up. And Boa is 1 for 3 with a triple in this game. And that's going to be against the righty in 11. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And McCarver with his speed, will he score? That is the question with 2 outs. And that'll be a 60. He should score even with his speed. 33. So a 63. 63 or lower. He's safe. But they threw a runner out before. 63 or lower. He's safe. And he's in there with an RBI single by Boa. And they cut the lead to 1, folks. It is now a 4-3 ball game. Larry Boa's down at first, and the go-ahead runs at the plate, and Michael Jack Smith, he is 1 for 2, and that's going to get the bullpen up. Craig is up and ready. And Michael Jack Smith's up 1 for 2 today. He has walked and came around to score his last time up. And that ball is belted out in the right field. Not what the Braves wanted to see. And that's probably going to score the runner with 2 outs easily. Let's see here. Michael Jack Smith. Actually, that's right. That's in the left field. So maybe not as easily as I thought. That'll be a 45. And a 66 is the only way to get him out, folks. Can Jeff Burris do it again? A 66 throws him out. Nope, that is an RBI double, and this ball game is tied up at 4 apiece. And the Braves cannot find a way to win a damn ball game, folks. Now you got runner down at second, 2 outs, and they're going to let Dick try to get out of this damn mess. The Bull's up. He's 1 for 3 with a solo homer in the game. And he's done it again, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. And it is now 6-4 Philadelphia. And that's going to be it for Dick. Let's see if we're going to do a double switch here. Let's see here. Cheney's going to come in the game. Let's see. Cheney's going to come in the game and play third, I guess. Yep, Cheney will come in the game and play third. And let's see who's going to come in here and pitch. Gilbert's going to come out of the game. And Craig is going to come in here to pitch to the lefty. So Dick blows the 4-1 lead. And it's now 6-4 Phillies. We'll do a double switch here with Hebner up, nobody on, after the 2-run shot by the Bull. So where's Craig at? He's going to be batting in the 7th spot. And like I said, Cheney will come in and he'll play third and bat in the 9 spot. So now the Braves are trailing 6-2. Hebner at the plate. He's 1 for 3 today. Singled his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Barry. Craig comes in, does his job. He is 4th appearance. He's 1-1 with a 6.75 ERA, but it gets the job done here in the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th. The Braves are now trailing by 2, and Gene Garber's coming into the game, folks. So Gene Garber will be coming in here in the pitch. And he'll probably pitch both innings here and try to get the save. So this is Garber's 24th appearance. He's 2-0 with 6 saves and a 0.38 ERA. He's got the bottom part of the order due up here. Rocket, Cheney, who came in on a double switch, and Royster. The Rockets 1 for 3 today with a single. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Morrison. And he just bobbles that one. That's an E4, folks. And the Braves get a runner aboard, brings the tying run to the plate. And Daryl Cheney, who just came in on the double switch, batting .234 on the year with a homer and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Gene. And that's going to comes back. Garber comes back and strikes him out, folks. Falls behind 2-0 and gets Cheney standing there like the house beside the road. Strikes him out. And there's 1 down. Jerry Royster's up. He's 0 for 4. The Braves are going to do a little hit and run with the Rocket down there with Royster. Start the runner. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lazinski. Rocket hustles back, makes it back to first. But now there's 2 outs. And Barry Bonnell's up. Tying run at the plate with 2 outs. Barry's 1 for 2. He did single his last time up. Here's the pitch from Gene. And that's a ground ball down to Larry. He goes the short way over to Jim. And that'll end the inning. The Braves strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 6-4 Phillies. You got Maddox due up, followed by Boone and Morrison. And Gary's 1 for 3. He doubled in this game. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center field. Hits it out to his counterpart. Barry's up to the task. Makes the catch 1 down here in the 8th. Bob Boone comes up now. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI his last time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. That's what started the mess in the 7th. And walking, guys. Jim Morrison comes up now. And Jim is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice and grounded out. And not this time against the lefty. That'll be a 7 on an 8. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And with Boone's speed, he's going to stop at second. That brings up Gene Garber, and they're going to let him bat. They're going to let him bat and try to finish this game out. So they're going to put the bunt sign on for Gene. Gene is 0 for 2 on the year. So first and second. And 1 out. And they're going to give Garber the bunt sign. And that's going to be fouled off. That is strike number 2. Sorry, strike number 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And he lays down a damn nice bunt right back to the mound. He fires over the first with Royster covering. And that'll be the 2nd out. The runners will advance, though. We got 2nd and 3rd. 2 outs for McBride in the ride. Garber gets the job done. And McBride, he is 0 for 4 today. He's grounded out 3 times and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd as Cheney fires over the first. Now, in the inning. The Phillies strand 2. It's still 6-4 as we go to the top of the 8th. They got the heart of the lineup due up here. The 3, 4, 5 hitters against Garber. Can the Braves come back and win this game? Jeff Burris is 1 for 3. He has walked, singled, struck out, and flown out. And that's going to be well hit. Where's Burris going to deposit this against Gene Garber? And that ball is high. That ball's off the wall. And we got a leadoff double. And that brings the tying run to the plate. And Gary Matthews and the Sarge is 1 for 3. He has walked and singled in this game. The runner down at second and nobody out. Here's the pitch to Matthews, and that's going to be a ground ball, 51 and a 2. That's barely column 2. The runner will get down the third. That ball's hit back to the mound. Garber's unable to get the runner to stay at second. He fires over to first. So now you got a runner down at third, and the Murph's up. Can the Murph deliver here? He is 3 for 4 on the day, folks, with 3 singles. Can the Murph keep it going? No, Gene Garber strikes out Murphy. Big out. Now there's 2 outs and a runner still down at third. And Biff Pokeroba grabs a bat and comes up 1 for 4 with that 2-run homer back in the second. Can Pokeroba do it again and tie this game up? Nope. That's a ground ball down to Morrison. And he fires over to Hebner, and that's your ball game. The Phillies hang on to win 6-4. Take game number 2. Take a look here at the scorecard and the box score. And the Phillies 6 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. The Braves 4 runs out hit the Phillies but couldn't outscore them. 14 hits and no errors. Burris 2 for 4. Dale Murphy 3 for 5. And Gilbert 3 for 4. The Braves had their opportunities. They was only 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Pokeroba with the 2-run homer. The Braves left 11 men on base. Look at the heart of the lineup for the Phillies. Larry Boa 2 for 4. Smith 2 for 3. Lazinski 2 for 4 with 2 homers in the game. And the Phillies were 3 for 8 with runners in scoring positions. That's the difference in the game right there, folks. 3 for 8. They only left 7 men on base. Dick picks up his 5th loss. He ends his Braves season at 5-5, 6 2/3, 10 hits, 6 runs, walked 2, struck out 3, gave up 2 homers. He ends up with a 2.52 ERA for the Braves. Sculp comes in 1 1/3, 1 hit, 1 walk. And Jim goes to 4-2, picks up the win, 7 innings, 13 hits. He sure didn't have a masterpiece, but he gets the job done with 4 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and a homer. Gene Garber comes in, picks up his 7th save of the year, 2 innings, 1 hit, and struck out 2. Now let's finish up the National League games here on the 10th. And the first game will be the Padres at the Cubbies. Let's see what happens here in Chicagoland. And the Padres will win a close one. 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. The Cubbies, 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. And then you got the Dodgers heading up to Montreal to take on the Expos. And let's see what the star is. A walk-off win for the Expos. Expos 6 runs, 12 hits, and 2 errors. And I assume that Valentin homer was the winning RBIs. The Dodgers 4 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. Let's look at the box score and see how many innings this went. So it went 14 innings. And like I say, I'm assuming it was a 2-run shot. Yep, got 2 outs quickly, a strikeout and a pop up, walked the batter, and then the Valentin homer wins the game with 2 outs. Tough loss for the Dodgers. And then you got the Giants going to New York to take on the Mets. Mr. Blue pitching for the G-Men. See what happens here with Mr. Vida Blue. And let's see what the star here is. Is this a walk-off for the Mets? Nope. Mr. Evans with the Giants hit a grand slam, and the Giants still lost the game. How about that? So 7 runs, 13 hits, and 1 error for the Mets. Giants 5 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Yeah, them stinking Giants. Yep, Evans hits a grand slam and they can't win. Then you got Mr. Aaron Reed's Cincinnati Reds going up against the Pirates. This is a hell of a pitching matchup. Tom Seaver going up against Burt Blyleven. Let's see. Watch it be a blowout. Watch it be a blowout. Now that I said it's a good pitching matchup. And the Pirates win. Is this a walk-off too? God darn. Yep, a walk-off win for the Pirates. Take a look here at the box score for Mr. Aaron Reed. Ed Whitson gets the win. So the Pirates 5 runs on 10 hits and no errors. The Reds 4 runs, 12 hits and 1 error. Look at that. Game was tied 1-1 going into the 10th inning. The Reds scored 2 in the top of the 10th. The Pirates answer with 2 runs in the bottom of the 10th. The Reds score a run in the 11th, and the Pirates get 2. So the bullpen sure didn't do much of a job here. You had Morgan and George Foster both going 3 for 5 and 3 for 6. Dreesen and Concepcion both had 2 hits. The Reds were 3 for 15 with runners in scoring position. Joe Morgan with his 6th homer of the year. And the Pirates, you had Milner going 3 for 6. He drove in the winning run. Dave Parker, the Cobra, was 2 for 5. And Dwyer was 2 for 5. Pirates was 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Dave Parker had a triple. Willie Stargell had his 7th homer of the year. And the Pirates were 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position, left 10 men on. Tom Terrific goes 8 terrific innings. Only gives up 4 hits and 1 run. And then, like I say, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, and a homer. And then the bullpen came in and exploded. 1 2/3 by Borbon, 2 hits, 2 runs. Bear comes in. He gets the loss. He drops to 1 2, blows the save, a third of an inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, walked a batter and struck out a batter. Tomlin comes in, pitches a third of an inning, gives up a hit and a walk. Burt Blyleven pitched a hell of a game to get a no decision. Burt 8 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, struck out 2. Walked 2, struck out 6 rather. DeCalvey comes in. Well, that don't make no damn sense. DeCalvey only pitches 2/3 of an inning. What the hell was up with that? Don't get that. 1 hit, 2 walks, and struck out 1. Jackson comes in. Bring Grant Jackson in. He gives up 3 hits, 2 runs, walked 2, and an inning and a third. And you had DeCalvey in, and you bring Grant Jackson in to take DeCalvey out. Whatever. Ed Whitson comes in, pitches 1 inning, picks up his 2nd win of the year. 3 hits, 1 run. Gave up the homer to Stargell. Crazy. That was crazy management there. But it worked out for the Pirates. Now you got the last game of the day is the Astros and the Cardinals. We'll see what happens here in St. Louis. And the Cardinals win 7 runs on 11 hits and no errors. The Astros 3 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. Take a look now at the standings and leaderboard after June 10th in the National League. And the Expos are half a game up on the Phillies. The Pirates are 2 games back. The Cubbies 2.5. The Mets are now 12 games back, and the Cardinals are 15. And out west, the Dodgers are only a game up on the Giants. The Astros and Padres are 3.5 games back. The Reds are 7 games back. And the mighty Braves holding the rest of the league up with 13 games back. And Larry Parrish is now leading the National League along with Jack Clark. They're tied with a 349 batting average. George Foster's leading the National League in homers with 14 and RBIs with 54. Jim Barr's leading the National League with a 1.64 ERA. Steve Rogers is the only pitcher with 10 wins in the National League. And Raleigh Fingers now has 10 saves for the Padres. George Foster's leading in the MVP voting, and Steve Rogers is leading in the Cy Young. And we got the final game of this series. Can the Braves get a win in this series, or is the Phillies going to sweep them out of town? Take a look here at the starting pitching matchup. It's a good one. You got Nuxie, Phil Necro, going up against lefty Steve Carlton. So that'll be the next game here on the channel. I want to thank Aaron Reed and 007. Check out both of their great channels. 007's doing the Inside Pitch 2008 replay using the PC. Check that out. And until next time, you all have a great day and take care.